Yo, Open Sports Mart. We got Rich, Adam, and the rest of the crew joining us, talking all things World Cup, baseball. Somebody else might get traded by the end of the night. Who knows what's going to happen? But boys,
England can't win in Boston. There
and
was a pun at that. There was a pun if anyone listened to Sirius Radio this morning on that.
And Paul Skeens can't win a freaking game. Come on, he's 0. Pilots 0-7 in his last 7 starts. Come on.
Paul Skeens did come out with a Sheets menu item today.
Yeah, he did.
I didn't.
But like I told you, man.
I don't have a Sheets.
Like I told you off the air, Dylan, when Skeens came out of the game, he was leading 4 of those games, and they were tied in one of them. And he's 0-7. So the bullpen, as I have said all season long, is horrible and blew those 5 games.
Yeah, and there are some bad bullpens in 2026. I think Pittsburgh's one of them. The Reds bullpen's not great. Yankee bullpen's not great. I know we're a month and a half from the deadline, but seeing some of these teams that are bad, are there trades that you want to see?
Are we living in a fantasy world or are we living in the reality world?
Realistic trades that could happen to improve huge areas of your team. Oh boy, the whole game.
My team or any team?
Well, your team and any team.
Jay, you can pop in whenever you're ready.
I still think we're going to see Scooble go to either the Yankees or the Dodgers.
And on that note, we have our Dodgers guy there.
Wearing is that a Metallica shirt or?
You would be correct, sir. That is a Metallica and Justice for All shirt. Very good, Dylan.
My dad's a
I mean, you can never mix up them M's.
Hell no. Hells to the no.
Rav, how you doing tonight, buddy?
How's it going, gentlemen of the highest esteem?
What's up there, Rav? Who walked in?
I gotta admit it, I almost found myself rooting for West Virginia in the College World Series, man. I gotta admit, man, the John Denver thing after they won, that was cool, man. I gotta admit it.
Well, they play Country Res now after the USA wins now too.
I forgot there was a John Denver song. I've been listening to Country Boy at Orioles games for I don't know how long. They've been playing in the 7-inning stretch my whole life. So yeah, but I didn't even put 2 and 2 together.
They used to play that at Rangers games in the 7th inning stretch, and then they went to Cotton Eye Joe.
Gets the people a little more rowdy.
I remember they changed it one opening day. They got tired because the song was getting older, right? And they changed it, and the people were just so angry they changed it back. So they won't let them change it. They have to play Country Boy in the 7th inning.
Well, that would be like if they quit playing Sweet Caroline in Boston. There'd be a mutiny at Fenway.
Or in Wrigley if they stopped singing "Take Me Out to the Ball Game."
Right.
The guy can't even die.
I mean,
change it.
That has been passed down for years.
Yeah.
Oh,
I do like the deal though that they do where they bring in the guest people that are Chicago people, like Bill Murray. Rhino did it several times. Mark Grace has done. I mean, a lot of the David Ross. And then they bring in a bunch of Bulls players and Bears players and Blackhawks and all that kind of jazz. I think that's neat that they do that to lead Take Me Out to the Ball Game.
I saw Mike Ditka do it one time too. It was cool.
So what's this?
Hey, Rich, do you remember this? Do you remember when Steve McMichael did it and Adrian Hernandez behind the plate, and he and McMichael went after Angel Hernandez?
Mm-hmm. Yep. Yeah.
Why is this dude telling us to shut up? Does he not like the older music, or who deleted him? Why? Was that one of your guys?
I have no idea, but
I was just trying to get I was just being interactive there. I wanted to find out what was bothering him. Or her.
Okay,
I don't-
so
I don't even
hypothetical. Okay, so back to our topic. Hypothetical trades. First with your team, and then with one superstar. It could be Screwball, anybody. But Rich, go with your team, and then a star, please.
I'll tell you what. For the Pirates, okay, all right. I want Jacob Latz from the Rangers to the Pirates. Because he can be a long reliever, he can be a closer. He definitely would be a valuable piece to that bullpen, which is an absolute abject dumpster fire, and that's a nice way of putting it. I'm keeping it G-rated.
We don't have to. We don't live G-rated around here, Rich.
I understand. Well, you don't want me to go off though.
I think we
at
all.
the same time,
I think we all.
any
know.
other teams? Well, yeah. Any other teams in the league, though, as far as a trade, and I think this is one that I really think would really benefit this team a lot, and that would be to have hear me out on this one now. Really, let's think about this.
No one's going to interrupt you.
Mason Miller to the Braves.
Jason, you thought long and hard on that one.
I mean, only if San Diego is in full sell mode right now. The Padres are harder to read they're harder to read than a book with no print right now. I mean, seriously, it's hard to gauge whether San Diego thinks they're still in it and they're going to stay put or add, or are they really going to sell? But I mean, you know what, Rich? I can totally see the Braves making a move like that, because that is an Atlanta Braves organization-esque move. And putting Mason Miller in the back end of that Braves bullpen, holy hell. Yeah, no thanks.
Dodgers would definitely have something to be concerned about in the National League if that happened. Right now, they really don't.
That's what I was thinking about, how good it would be. Like, my goodness, that bullpen would be, like, already you could say it's the best in the National League. And then now you put Mason Miller there, and man, like, you could it's the Nasty Boys all over again. 7 innings and it's over. Like, there's no you got nothing coming.
Jason,
would they still do the corn intro?
Yes, they have to. Yes, they have to.
Not?
That corn intro goes with Mason Miller.
As much as I would love Mason Miller to come home to the Pirates, that's just not feasible at the moment. But I could see it go. I could see him going to Atlanta.
Adam.
Yo.
What?
I just saw you message me on Facebook, so I just want to say.
What's one trade that you want the Pirates to do, and what's one star you would like to see move to a particular team? Realistic move.
Oh, real? I mean, obviously I'd like to see us steal Scooble for the rest of the year.
Oh yeah.
But I don't know. That's pretty unrealistic. You know, maybe go after Alcantara, Sandy. Boston Paul, what's happening?
What's up, Paul?
I don't know. There's a lot of teams going.
What do you think we'd have to give up for him?
For who? Scoops?
No. That's not realistic. For Alcantara.
I don't know. Like, the Marlins are still in it, though, right? I mean, they're not. They wouldn't be dumb enough right now to give it up, right?
No, maybe not. But I mean, I wonder. I mean, it'd probably
the
be
Marlins
something
are
like
40-39.
They're like a game games.
They're 9 games back of the division.
Right.
I don't know about wild card because that's not on here.
I think the Marlins are like one back in the wild card.
They're one game back in the wild card. You're right. But I just wonder what it would take, you know?
I don't
know that it would take.
I think you could get him for
amount.
a couple of good drafts. I think you could get him for a couple good prospects. I don't know the names in the Pirates system, but I know the Marlins, and I know Dylan's point there, but they're never going to pay him. I can tell you that.
You know how confused Miami would be if this happened right now? They just went out and got Giannis, and then they trade their ace pitcher.
Well, but I mean, if the Pirates threw out, let's say, Valdez and Valdez and Mitch Keller.
I still think we'd have to throw in a draft pick.
I think the
You
Marlins
can't
would
trade
want.
draft picks. You can only trade conditional draft picks
I think the
or
Marlins
compensatory picks.
I think they'd want another player.
You think?
I think they would.
We'll send them Billy Cook.
Maybe a Trillo, maybe a Gonzalez.
I'd send Triolo before Gonzalez. Gonzalez is going to contend for the batting title, dude. Gonzalez is going to contend for the batting title. I'm not getting rid of that kid for anything right now.
I know you're not, but you know, if you want like the top pitcher, sometimes you got to move some top people.
I get that, but using your two options, it's been nice, Jared. See you later.
I mean, who knows? They might want O'Neal Cruz.
No.
Let's get out of here.
I'm just saying.
And then Adam, what's one star who you'd like to see move?
I'd like to see Vlad Guerrero move.
Ooh.
That's a lot of years.
I'm a little surprised he signed in Toronto still.
I think he needs.
But yeah, I agree with you.
I mean, obviously, he
Where
doesn't
would you
need to
see
go to
him
Baltimore.
going, Adam? Oh, Baltimore?
No, he doesn't need to go to. They have a first baseman. And
I was going to say, where would you see him going?
Somewhere in the National League for sure. I'm sure Toronto would not want to deal with him as much. Let's rephrase that.
Dodgers, you could put that on any player anywhere. The Dodgers, you know, DH him or whatever. The Dodgers or do some, Dodgers.
Jason doesn't seem too moved by picking up Vlad Guerrero.
I love Vlad Guerrero. He brings a lot of excitement and energy to the game, and obviously he's one of the top 10, 15 power hitters in the game. But my main concern with Vlad is how would he fit into that clubhouse, because the Dodgers have a unique dichotomy in their clubhouse where if you were to get one guy who, and Vlad's not a malcontent by any stretch, but he marches to the beat of his own drum. And my concern with that would be, would that disrupt the so-called clubhouse harmony that the Dodgers seem to have right now? Because keep in mind, all of these guys that have come to the Dodgers, Freddie Freeman, Mookie Betts, Shohei Ohtani, they have all shelved their egos for the greater good of winning championships. And whatever Dave Roberts does, whether he throws Zen books at these guys or whether he forces them to watch Tony Robbins motivational videos, it works. These guys play as a team. They don't play for what's on the back of the jersey. They truly play for what's on the front. And again, I love Vlad. I'm a fan, but I'm just concerned that sometimes Vlad's my first approach would disrupt any type of clubhouse presence that the Dodgers have spent so many years building, which they take a lot of pride in, by the way.
Could I throw a team out there? What about Philly?
I'm sorry, Rich.
What about Philly?
I think Vlad would fit in outstanding with Philly. I really do.
Platoon him with Harper at first?
Platoon him with Harper at first. Get rid of Alec Boehm. Dump him.
I've got a better idea. Why not send Bryce Harper to the outfield in that situation? Philly's outfield outside and Brandon March has been awful this year.
You could.
Yeah.
Harper's a pretty decent
that's one thing you could do. Yeah.
Yeah. And Boehm could be one of the guys you send to Toronto, Jason. You're right.
But yeah, I love that notion of Vlad going to Philly, because I could see maybe Harper batting 3, Vlad batting cleanup, and then you have, or actually better yet, Kyle Schwarber batting 3rd, Harper batting cleanup. Schwarber 3rd, Vlad batting cleanup, and then you have Harper behind him batting fifth. I would love that 3, 4, and 5 spot in the lineup there with those three guys,
especially with Turner at 2. Yeah.
Okay, Jason. So, Dodgers probably don't need much, but I mean, maybe a reliever. But who knows when Edwin Diaz comes back? He might be the guy. But what's one trade you would like to see happen between now and August 3rd?
for the Dodgers.
No, and just in general.
Oh, just in general. Oh boy, Dylan, that's an excellent question. I mean, conventional wisdom would say Tarek Skubal, but honestly, the more I read about all the he said, she said, and involving what it would take for a Skubal trade, I mean, I'm getting kind of tired on all the Skubal trade rumors. So, a guy that I would actually like to see dealt would be Luis Arias from the Giants. Buster
He just got
Posey
dealt.
did?
Yeah, he's a Blue Jay.
No kidding.
His first hit today was a home run.
Okay.
Wait. You're thinking of Urias. You're not thinking of Arias. Wrong guy.
Yeah, it's not Luis Arias. Yeah.
Okay, well, in that case, then I would still like to see the Giants trade Luis Arias because Buster has already said that he's in full sell mode and he's willing to listen on Devers, Arias, and Matt Chapman. And when you take a look, guys, at Luis Arias' production this year offensively at second base, he's batting around 326. He has incredible defensive metrics, and he's only on a 1-year, $12 million expiring contract. So that makes him an affordable rental for a team that's either in contention or on the cusp of contention. And I think Arias would do well for about 15 or 18 teams right now. That's who I would like to see get traded.
After the BS of last night, from what I've heard, and this is from a couple of reliable sources, there are talks for Arias to the Yankees for Jazz Chisholm.
Oh, dude, make it happen.
They want to get rid of him so bad.
Yep. Make it happen. Make it happen, Buster.
He's a better second baseman than Chisholm. He's a hell of a lot better hitter.
Yep. And Jazz.
Sabermetric guys, the sabermetric guys hate Arias. You can't
he doesn't
find
hit home runs or drive in runs.
Yeah, all he does is hit singles. Like there's something wrong with that, apparently. So there's apparently something wrong with hitting 330 and hitting singles all the time. Apparently there's a problem with that. And I guess.
By the way, anyone go to New York today to tour the new stadium? They opened it to the public today.
Oh yeah.
By the way, did you guys see speaking of Devers, did you guys see what Devers did the other day where the Giants won the pinch runner and Devers like, no, I'm fine. And it's like, and I'm like, what is going on?
Jason brought up earlier about playing for the name on the front of the jersey, not the back. That's a perfect example of the exact opposite. Devers is one of the slowest runners in baseball. Period. End of discussion. You could have put a pitcher out there, and it would have been faster than having Devers back. And you game's on the line. You need that run to score, and Devers isn't looking out for the team. He's looking out for himself. And yeah, they need to trade Devers to like the Yomahashi Carp or something like that. Send him to the Mexican. Trade him for Trevor Bauer. Send him to the Mexican League and trade him for Trevor Bauer.
First of all, the fact that Bauer's not even in the league is kind of BS at this point. That's a whole nother. Right. I'm not going to go all the way there. But I don't have a problem with Devers wanting to play in the game and not come out. The manager's got to stand up to him, though, and take him out. That's what you got to do. That's on the manager. The player I'm not going to be mad. I know how you feel, but the player wants to play. That's not. I don't have beef with that. You're right. You should still take him out because he can't run. But besides the point, him wanting to play, that's a typical thing. Or a pitcher not wanting to come out. Why are we mad at the pitcher for not wanting to come out? Why are we mad at the guy for wanting to stay in the game? And I can't be too mad about that one.
I think that's two different things. Devers staying in the game is a detriment to the game. The pitcher wanting to get that last out, especially if he, hasn't thrown 120 pitches or something like that. And doing the AJ Burnett thing, or who was the other one that did it? I'm forgetting who it was, but and told the manager, just stay back there. I got this. I want to say it was Max Scherzer, but I could be wrong.
I seen Mike Mussina do it a couple times. He used to scream at.
I think that's different than a turtle wanting to run the bases in the ninth inning down a run. But that's just me.
Rafael Devers and Roger Dorn have something in common. They don't want to leave first base.
J.P. Crawford tonight in that Pirates Seattle game did that Olay bullshit bigger than anybody else I've seen since Major League. If you get a chance to watch it, you got to see it. Ground ball, and he goes, and it just went right past him.
And that's kind of a shock because he's actually played some outstanding third base since Seattle decided to move him defensively. So go figure.
Yeah, but he just.
Oh, why are you not a Devers fan?
Okay, Adam, open the door on that one, buddy.
That's an unfair question.
For a guy that's so productive, nobody likes him.
I gotta ask him real quick.
Yeah,
I'm sorry. Go ahead, Rav. I'll wait. Go ahead. What were you saying?
No, I was gonna say I see that one a lot with Devers, and he's a pretty productive guy for a guy that nobody likes. Like, I can't find too many people that are Devers fans. Even like ever since he got traded from Boston, you can't find too many people that like Devers.
A lot of people don't like Barry Bonds either because he's not a people person.
The reasons to not like Bonds start here and stretch to San Francisco.
I don't know. Growing up as a kid, I read something the other day and it said like name your greatest hitter that you got to see. And growing up, we didn't have the internet. We had Commodore 64s and crap like that, and we didn't have real internet. And we had internet, but it wasn't like it is today. Now, do you feel some of these West Coast players got kind of passed over as like the greatest hitters to play the game? Like Tony Gwynn. Like, we know he's probably one of the best hitters in the game, but we didn't get to see him as much. So all we could do is read about him.
And I got to see Tony Gwynn a lot. He is one of my favorite players, one of my favorite hitters growing up as a kid. And I could say the same thing for me living on the West Coast all my life, guys. I could say the same thing about the East Coast guys because Don Mattingly was also one of my favorite players as a kid. But I only had a chance to watch Mattingly's greatness in his prime a handful of times because there weren't a lot of Yankees games that were broadcast out west unless they played the Angels. And this was way before interleague play. So, Adam, you bring up a really good point. I think it's the same for both coasts. I think West Coast and East Coast, we've lost a little something there with the geographical differences. That's just my opinion.
And I think of two guys who played, Rod Carew. Just such a great hitter. He won 7 AL batting titles, 3,000 hits with the Twins and Angels, and Paul Molitor. Anybody remember that 93 World Series? I don't think the Phillies got him out once.
Well, I think Paul Molitor batted 370 in that World Series, if I remember, 350 or 370. Paul Molitor and Rod Carew are two of the greatest underrated hitters in the Hall of Fame.
The funny thing about that, you only remember Joe Carter.
I remember Joe.
Right, but that's all you really remember about that World Series.
Yeah, that's true.
Right. You don't remember the clutch hitting of Darren Dalton. You don't.
And
you don't remember.
And the people banging on the glass in the hotel room.
Lenny Dykstra looking like he's Barry Bonds in that World Series, hitting bombs.
Yep. Yeah, that was
absolutely love Lenny Dykstra as a player, man. Lenny Dykstra. You mentioned somebody there isn't anybody like right now in the league, Lenny Dykstra.
Yeah.
Boston Paul, if you want to jump on, we'll send you the link, buddy.
When you talk about the East Coast and West Coast stuff, being in the middle of the country, I guess I was lucky. I got to see a lot of that stuff. Plus the fact that for me, the biggest name that would be that way is Ken Griffey Jr. I still say that's one of the top
Seattle.
5 prettiest swings I have ever seen. He's right up there with guys like Rafael Palmeiro, Tony Gwynn,
Will Clark.
guys like that. But
Will Clark, sweetest ever, bro.
Will Clark
So
had a nice
sweet.
swing, but when I watched him when he played for the Rangers,
Jay's
he
not
didn't
gonna
even
like
have
Will
the
Clark.
prettiest swing on that team. That's the scary part. Josh Hamilton. If you ever got a chance to watch Josh Hamilton hit, oh my God. You talk about a no questions asked what if story. If he doesn't get involved with the drugs and have all that mess up oh my God. He's another one that we would be talking about as a all-time top 10 player.
Do you feel he was trying to be the? Do you feel he was trying to be the basketball Dennis Rodman in baseball?
No, I think he was just trying to live up to all the hype. Everything that you read, everything that you saw, this guy was going to be the next coming of Babe Ruth or Willie Mays or Mickey Mantle. Did he have the talent to be that type of a player? Yes, but he didn't at 19. He didn't at 20. 19 or 20-year-old kid having all that pressure stacked on him, he cracked.
That was with the
and I'm
Twins,
glad
right,
it didn't
Rich?
happen now, or it probably would have
Rich.
cracked even worse, and he may have done something tragic.
That was with the Twins, right, Rich?
No, he was with Cincinnati. He started his career with Cincinnati, and then he got suspended. And when he came back, he was in Texas. He went to Anaheim. They traded him to the Angels after he started doing Josh Hamilton things. And the Rangers got rid of him. Plus, he couldn't stay healthy. He was getting hurt every time he turned around. The Rangers dumped him to the Angels. And then he bounced around a little bit, and that finished his career. But, he had 600 or 700 home runs written all over him. He had Hall of Fame career written all over him. But he just – it was too much hype. And he didn't spend any time in the minors. He's another one. Didn't spend any time in the minors to get ready, to get himself acclimated to pro ball. And –
Yeah, but Bryce Harper, I remember Bryce Harper hitting runs, Tropicana Field, a couple of Sports Illustrated, first round 101 at 2010, up in the big leagues 2012, and, we know Bryce is going to be a Hall of Famer, but shows what could happen.
Well, he had to go someplace else.
Well, and I saw the other day where the proposal with the new with maybe the new CBA, they want to get rid of high schoolers in the MLB. So they want to have guys the youngest age is 20. They want to cut down the rounds of the draft from 20 to 12, increase the international footprint, and they want to make some changes. So really, what you think about, though, and I thought about that talking about those guys, how many of those guys, like high school guys, we wouldn't have got maybe with these rules? Like there must be tons of guys who came straight out of high school or were young players that with these current rules, if they implement them, that we wouldn't have got. Ken Griffey Jr., Jackson Holiday. Right now, you talk about Bryce Harper. It's fascinating to see how that would have went for those guys had you had those type of rules there.
I think for some of them, it might have gone better. Jackson Holiday being a perfect example. If he could have spent a couple of years in college playing college ball and making that next step, getting ready for professional, I think it would have been huge. Griffey was going to be Griffey. He would have gone to college and broke every conceivable NCAA record there was. There would have been no questions about it. But, there's not as many guys as you might think that went straight from high school to the bigs. A lot of them went straight from high school to the pros, to the professional baseball, and then floundered in the minor leagues for however many years. And that's a shame too. But I like what they're talking about. But I like the rule they have now too, that if you do go, say you're going to go to college, you're committed for 3 years. you have to spend 3 years if you go to college to play ball. So, it's not that one and done thing like you have with basketball.
And I used to ask the question, how far away is college baseball from minor league baseball? I used to really watch it. After these last few years, really watching both, it's a distance. Minor leaguers and college are not the same. Minor league players are better than college baseball players by and large. Even in a lot of the top run players would maybe you got 25 college players that are better than minor league players consistently. Usually they're not better.
I think it goes back to that old thing of 1% of high school players are good enough to play college ball well. 1% of college players are good enough to play professionally. And then 1% of those guys are good enough to make it to the show. It's the creme de la creme. And that's just what you got to, a Paul Skeens, when he was in college, you had him and you had a few other guys floating around that you knew were going to be major league stars. That draft that Skeens came out in was absolutely freaking loaded. But, like you said, there is a big gap. You couldn't put the seventh or eighth best guy on a college team on a minor league team and have him be successful at all.
Well, you look at the guy that almost got drafted. You can't find a big gap. I'm glad you mentioned Skeens. Dylan Cruz still struggling in Washington, and there was a lot of talk like you going to take him instead of Skeens. How would that have turned out in Pittsburgh if it had went that way? So,
right,
there is a big difference between college players and minor league players, and then major league players. Very, very few, I think, we're going to go from college all the way straight to the pros like right away. And even most of the ones, like you said, can benefit from minor league ones, that even if they can. Few exceptions. There's always going to be a few exceptions.
Right,
but in basketball too. Like a lot of them would benefit from going to college. Go ahead.
Yeah, but when you look at that draft, that 2023 draft, I mean, the fourth pick was Wyatt Langford, came out of Florida. Number 6 was Jacob Wilson, who came out of Grand Canyon. Blake Mitchell went to the Royals at 8. Chase Dollander came out of Tennessee to the Rockies at 9. Nolan Shanuel went to the Angels at 11 out of Florida Atlantic. Matt Shaw went to the Cubs from Maryland at 13. Bryce Eldridge went to the Giants at 16. He was a high school kid, but he worked his way through the system. Colt Emerson came out of high school, was drafted number 22 by the Mariners that year. George Lombard from the Yankees came out of high school, number 26 though. So yeah, there's not. How many of those guys are playing very well right now? Most of the ones that went to college, with the exception of Dylan Cruz. The high school kids.
It takes a while. I think high school players, I think like 5 years in the minors in some cases and things like that. Again, it's tougher than college ball. Guys, also too, the wood bat matters a lot. Them aluminum bats, like sometimes you really see a difference in power with some guys. Some guys hit a lot of home runs in college and can't do anything in the MLB. Like Vance Honeycutt's really struggling for the Orioles minor league system. He played at North Carolina, man, and I thought this guy looks tremendous, and he's been horrible in A-ball outside of his defense. So I think I think a lot of young players would benefit from going to college and then playing in the minors and whatever in the full development.
I don't know if I'm good enough to make it to the show, but I got my own show.
Charles, back to the trade. What's one trade you want the Orioles to make, and then what's one star player, and name me one star player who you would like to see get moved?
I don't think Scooble's gonna get moved. I think Scooble's gonna stay. 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 I think Scooble's gonna stay I don't
Really?
really see it. I really don't think that he's going to go anywhere. I think the Tigers are going to try and keep him. I think all the Giants are in play. I think the Giants, they're going to go ahead. I think Matt Chapman's on the board. I definitely could see him in New York. I definitely think Devers is on the board. So I think a lot of those Giants are on the board. So I think the big time players, I think a lot of those guys are in play to that. I think Logan Webb, I think, is a guy. I think the Giants know it's over. I think so. I think they're going to start moving some pieces. The guy y'all haven't mentioned that I would love to see for the Orioles, and this is fantasy booking, I guess, but Mike Trout, like, get him healthy. Never been in the playoffs. I mean, our off-field defense has been terrible all season long. So, I mean, I love to get Mike Trout out of there in the Angels and get him to Baltimore if possible. More realistically, I think Pete Fairbanks or somebody on the back end is really necessary. Helsley struggled. You're probably not going to have Batista.
You think the Guardians are going to move Fairbanks?
Fairbanks is with the Marlins.
Yeah, I think Fairbanks is with the Marlins.
In fact, Fairbanks blew up, gave up 2 runs to the Rangers tonight. I think, right?
I think
no, that was the other night. Rangers played. That was last night.
They gave up 2 runs tonight.
Was it 2 tonight?
Yeah,
because I know the Rangers scored late last night too.
Back end is something the Orioles have to do. Like, in terms of that, they're, Helsley, I don't know if he's the guy. I think they've struggled with their bullpen. So I think if you are serious, I mean, you're trying to get a guy to help the bullpen as well. And the outfield defense has just been ridiculously bad. Taylor Ward, I mean, feels like he's never played in the outfield. It's like me out there. I said that a couple times. It's like, man, you might have put a 48-year-old guy who hasn't played since Little League out there, like the way he looks sometimes. Just confused looking at times. Like
Taylor Ward from Fresno State.
And all my favorite Rav, I'll drive down to the game if you're getting called up.
But Baylor University could have something happen this year that's never happened before.
Bears could have a
very possible. Bears could have 2 alumni be starters in the All-Star game. Max Muncy and Shea Langoliers.
Muncy's not starting in the All-Star game. Not where he.
Well, he currently leads all national.
Got voted in last year, didn't he?
Runs saved, and he has 15 homers. Don't focus on the batting average, Dylan. Max Muncy leads all National League third baseman in defensive runs saved, and he also is second in the league in home runs at that position. I think Muncy's going to find himself a starter in the All-Star game at third base.
Or reserve if they don't vote him in.
Well, okay.
I think he deserves it.
Yeah.
That's if he's healthy, right?
Well,
that's the big if. Muncy always seems to come up with a phantom injury when you least expect it, so that's the big if.
Muncy and Paez have been the 2 guys for him this year that really play well. Like, a lot of their got names have down years a little bit for the Dodgers.
I got a couple.
What you got?
It probably won't happen, and I'm glad. Somebody else is not here. But I'm going big game hunting with the first one. Yordan Alvarez to the Tampa Bay Rays.
Yeah, that our guy might come through the screen and rip it out.
Sorry, Marcus, but I think the Rays go big game hunting. I don't think there's a chance Yordan Alvarez gets traded. He might. I mean, I don't think Alvarez hit a home run north of the border today, but he's got, 25, 26 home runs. Alvarez and Byron Buxton lead all AL guys and home runs. You imagine what Alvarez would do with Yandy Diaz and Junior Caminero in that line. Ooh boy! Don't forget John Miranda. Thank you. But more realistic, you know what? A few of us have mentioned Tarek Skubal. Nobody's mentioned Tarek Skubal to the Milwaukee Brewers. You imagine the Brewers in the playoffs having Jacob Mizorowski throwing 104, Skubal and Kyle Harrison. Yikes. That would be a scary threesome.
Well, there are talks out there that Milwaukee may be trying to work a deal to get Peralta back.
Well,
The Mets aren't happy with him.
Milwaukee's got the number one farm system in baseball, topped by Jesus May. We got a shortstop already in the big leagues. Milwaukee may be one of those teams to look out. You know, the Brewers have only been in the World Series once. That was the All-Star World Series against the Cardinals 1982. We know the Brewers went all in for Sabathia in 2008. He basically carried them to the playoffs before losing to the Phillies. I mean, might not be the best rating, but you imagine Milwaukee hosting a World Series. That would be something different.
I'll tell you what, they got two guys on that team that I love, and you guys have heard me talk about them in Churio and Terang. I love those two guys.
I like me Jackson Churio.
Love those two guys.
Yeah, but
I killed. Go ahead.
More realistically, I think Sonny Gray ends up probably in Atlanta because, you know, Sonny Gray went to Vanderbilt. The Red Sox stink. They couldn't hit their way in a wet paper bag. And I think the Braves need another starter with Strider dealing with injury. Who knows what happens to Schellenbach, Schmidt-Scheller. I think the Braves need to get healthy. Who knows what happens to Acuna. Maybe the Braves make a move for Byron Buxton. He is a Georgia guy. And maybe Roland Chapman ends up in, I don't know, in Pittsburgh. Maybe, I mean, he's not going back to the Yankees, but
I don't know if he wants to go back. I don't know if he wants to come back to Pittsburgh.
LA.
We probably get him pretty cheap though. It would be nice. I don't know that it's going to happen, but it would be nice.
LA.
Yeah. And
I mean, I have been killing the Brewers the last 2 years for letting go Burns and letting go Peralta, and they couldn't make me look more stupid because both of those moves totally forgotten about the way Mazeroski has been pitching. Like I heard Kevin Brown say on the broadcast, fans don't care about velocity of pitchers anymore since everybody's throwing heat. Oh, but not except for Morales, Jacob and Mason Miller. They don't count. Like everybody oohs and ahs with their velocity. But they are, like the Brewers are really put themselves in a position to be, I think, the best team in the National League.
The big thing about those two guys compared to most of the guys that are throwing 100, you know where their pitches are going. A lot of those guys out there that are throwing 99, 100, 101, you're playing lottery trying to figure out where that ball's going. They're not accurate. Miller and Mizorowski both are very accurate with their pitches. They're very strong in the strike zone. I think that to me is a big difference in those two guys compared to everybody else. But I did have a question for you guys before we get to the top of the hour here, because I do have a little audience participation if you guys are interested.
Oh, yeah.
And this one's a little tougher than normal. I'm going to tell you that one right up front. The most home runs in Major League history after the age of 40. The top 10.
Who is
most home runs after the age of 40? The top 10. And I will tell you, number 10 is only 42 home runs.
Who is Barry Bonds?
Say again, Adam?
What was the question?
The most home runs career over the age of 40. Top 10. Bonds is number 3 on that list.
I'm going Hank Aaron.
Hank Aaron is number 10.
I'm gonna toss out George Brett. Where is he on that list? If he's on it,
He is not in the top 10.
okay. Thank you.
Cheating. I am not cheating. I will not type this in on my phone to look.
Julio Franco.
No, sir.
What about
What
Eddie Murray?
What about you? Yeah.
Eddie Murray, no, sir.
What about Rafael Palmeiro?
No.
Or
I will tell you this. This does range a large area of years. I will tell you that.
The Cobra.
No, you know Parker retired. He only had like 6 home runs after 40.
Yeah, he was horrible with the A's.
I might be way in the left field. How, Rich? Who is Colden Pudge Fist?
He is number 1 on this list with 72.
Well, he played 20-something seasons. What the hell?
Jason, Jason, I promise if I offended you, dude.
Oh, boy. No, I wouldn't.
All right, so we have Fisk.
Huh?
Who do we have so far?
We have Fisk for number 1, Bonds number 3, Aaron number 10.
Pete Rose played into his 40s, but Pete Rose never hit home runs. No.
And there is definitely one of these that if you get this one, you will have my undying, absolute 1,000% respect. Do what?
Harold Baines.
Baines, no. What'd you say?
I was going to say Ruth.
Ruth, no.
Who is Tony Perez?
No. We don't quite go as far back as Ruth. Not quite.
Paul, this is where we need your expertise if you're still listening.
Carl Yastrzemski is on the list. He had 48. He's number 6 on this list.
How many guys are in the Hall of Fame besides Fisk and Aaron?
How many of these guys are in the Hall of Fame?
And yes.
1, 2, 3.
Most home runs over 40, Paul.
Most home runs career after the age of 40. Griffey, no. Albert Pujols is on this list. He is number 8. Or I'm sorry, he's actually tied for 7th.
Jason's Wi-Fi was acting up. He just texted me.
Ken Griffey Sr.
No.
Darn it.
Ken Griffey Jr.
No.
Ken Griffey Jr. didn't hit shit after he turned 40.
Here's an interesting one for you. You've got 5 left, okay? Only 2 of these guys. No, I'm sorry.
What about Paul's answer, Rich? What about Paul's answer?
No. Cabrera, no.
Derek Hollywood.
3 of these guys played in the National League. Only 3.
I said what? Derek Hollywood.
Who is Dave Winfield?
Dave Winfield is on the list. He's number 5. He had 59. He was tied with Barry Bonds.
By the way,
he's 4th on the list. 4th. I'm sorry.
Dave Winfield was once traded for dinner. During the 94 strike, the Twins traded Winfield to the Indians, and John Hart ended up picking up the tab.
What about Nelson Cruz, like Paul just said?
Nelly Cruz is number 7 on this list at 47. He's the one that's tied with Pujols. So we need number 2, number 5, and number 9.
Jim Thome?
No.
I think I have a real. Oh man,
So what, we still have two of the three left are national leagues.
2 of the 3 are National League guys, right?
who is
The
Tim
other
Rock?
one played in the National League, but he was prominently American League.
Who is Tim Rock Reigns?
No.
I was thinking Jim Edmonds or Jim Salmon.
Tim Salmon and Jim Edmonds, no.
I'm just trying
I
to think
wanna
of
say
players that
David
played a long
Ortiz.
time.
The crazy part is all 3 of these guys are 3 different eras.
Did you say no, BGO wasn't home run hitter, right? No.
No, BGO, no. Marcus?
What about Jeff Bagwell?
No,
What's
he
going on, man?
retired early.
I'll be talking bad about my Astro legends.
Marcus, the question is career home runs over 40.
Most career home runs over 40. We have Carlton Fisk, Barry Bonds, Dave Winfield, Carl Yastrzemski, Nelson Cruz, Albert Pujols, and Hank Aaron. There's 3 left off this top 10 list. It's number 2, number 5, and number 9.
Johnny Bench.
No.
I know he played over 40.
Hold on just a second, guys.
You talking about after turning 40 years old or 40 home runs?
After 40, Marcus. Like Yaz has 72 after he turned 40.
Did anybody say Albert Pujols?
Yes.
I know y'all said Barry Bonds. I heard y'all say Carlton Fisk, and I heard y'all say Darrell Evans. Did y'all say Dave Winfield?
Yes.
Yeah. Nobody said Darrell Evans. They said Darrell
No,
Evans.
he said no.
That's a good guess.
Sorry, I got done doing I did a TNA recording just now.
Oh gosh. Rich. Who is Reginald Jackson?
Reggie played over 40. I don't know.
Sorry, boys. Daughter call. I had to grab that. I'm sorry. Who did I miss?
You said
Rich,
Reggie
who is-
Jackson.
Reggie Jackson, no. Stan Musial, yes. He's number 9 on this list. He had 46. Yeah, Stan Musial is number 9 on the list. He had 46. So we need number 2 and number 5. Number 5 is the one that I figured if you guys got it, you've got my 100%, 1,000,000% respect.
How far back do we have to go? How far back are we going?
One of them is within the last 25 years. The other one is in the last 50 years.
So we're looking at 1976.
He played in that time frame, yeah.
Dewey Evans?
One played 60s, 70s, 80s. The other one played 90s and 2000s. I think into the
Raul
2010s.
Ibanez.
Raul Ibanez is number 5.
There
I
it
think
is,
he
Paul.
played until he was 58, right?
Number 50. He had 53 of them. So just one left off the list.
Dewey Evans?
Nope.
What position did he play?
I got another hint, but if I give it to you, I think it's going to give it away.
Did he have any postseason moments?
No. Played in the postseason? No. I don't think.
That's not good. So this guy was a traveler. Is that what you're saying?
Fred
Not
Lynn.
necessarily a traveler.
Really going to
But-
the bleachers.
Who'd you say?
Rab, you are going
Fred-
backwards.
Fred Lynn. I gotta go over there.
Fred Lynn? No.
No, Fred Lynn didn't play long.
No.
This guy, he played both leagues, played for 4 teams, Did he play in the postseason? To answer that other question, I'm looking. Sorry. Yes, he did. Twice he played in the postseason.
Okay, that took away my guess that I was going to use. Never mind. Who's Luis Gonzalez?
No. Would you rather have positions or teams? No, it's not Nettles.
Teams.
Teams: Atlanta, San Francisco, Detroit, and back to Atlanta.
Fred McGriff.
I'm sorry?
Fred McGriff.
That's it.
No.
Wait, who was the third one?
Detroit. Atlanta, San Francisco, Detroit, back to Atlanta.
And this was like 50. Oh boy.
70s, 80s, not 70s and 80s. I'm sorry. Late 60s, 70s, 80s.
I have no idea.
Paul's got it.
Darrell Evans.
Didn't you say Darrell Evans, Rav?
I think somebody said Evans. I think
Dwight Evans. He said Dwight Evans.
I
said Dewey Evans. I didn't say Darrell Evans.
Yeah, Dewey Evans. That's Dwight Evans.
Yeah.
Played for the Red Sox.
Gotcha.
Darrell Evans played in the World Series for Detroit in '84.
And the 87 ALCS.
In the 87 ALCS against Minnesota, right. So, but he played first and third base. Yep. But he hit 67 home runs after the age of 40 and actually came in 12th in the MVP balloting in 1987 as a 40-year-old.
And number one that year was, I think that was the year of, no, wait. Oh, gosh, who was the guy in Toronto? He had like 47, 48, 49 home runs. The guy.
That would be George Bell, sir.
George Bell, thank you.
It was George Bell in the American League and the Hawk, Andre Dawson, in the National League.
And the rumors were that the Cubs basically gave Dawson and blank check, and it's like, what do you think on Wolf? And then he had 40-something home runs, but
well, and that was part of a stretch where they had the Cubs had three MVPs, MVP or MVP runner-ups. They had 4 in 6 years because Sandberg won one in '84, Dawson won the one in '87, Sandberg was the runner-up in '89, and Grace was the runner-up in 1990.
Oh, speaking of a pretty swing, Mark Grace's swing. Ooh.
Yep. So that was a fun little one.
Marcus, you know what? World Cup's happening. Team USA's 2-0. England, for whatever reason, can't win a game in New England. I think England is like 0-92 in Massachusetts, going back to 1773 and the Boston Tea Party. What's been the best moment of the World Cup so far? It could be good, it could be bad, it could be ugly. What's been the best moment of the World Cup?
Oh, the best moment is the GOAT being the GOAT. He scored every single goal for his country and nobody else. And that shows Ronaldo that Messi is the GOAT. And I am going to laugh hysterically by some odd miracle USA plays England on the 4th of July.
Well, that can't happen because we're playing on the 1st. And then if we end up winning that game, we play on July 6th in Seattle.
That'd be hilarious if it would have happened.
By the way, in the 94 World Cup, Brazil and the U.S. played on Independence Day, and Leonardo was red carded for elbowing one of our players.
Edgar Martinez. Did he make the list? Where was he on that list? I forgot about him too.
Huh?
Did Edgar Martinez make that list?
He asked
Not top 10,
where's
but-
Edgar Martinez on the list. He couldn't think of his name. I put his name in the
Oh.
chat. That's who he's thinking about. I don't think Edgar was on the list.
He wasn't in the top 10. I know that. Let me see how many he had after 40. He wasn't a big home run guy, though.
I'm not sure he played
After
long.
40, he had 36. So he would have probably been top 20. Because 10th was 42. That was Hank Aaron. So he had 36 after the age of 40.
Yeah, Edgar's career high was 37. Oh, God. Did you guys see the injury to Edward Cabrera tonight? Oh, no. Oh, gosh. I think that hamstring just popped. Oh.
Rab, since you talk basketball, I just want to hear your thoughts on that trade last night.
The NBA.
I couldn't believe it.
I couldn't believe it either. You're talking about the Giannis trade or the
Yes.
Julius Randle?
Yeah. Giannis to the Miami Heat.
I really felt good for Pat Riley more than anything else. I didn't even realize Riley had been there 30 years. It's great for Miami. Miami's going to get a center. They're back in contention, I think, in the East. I don't care what they gave up. They weren't that good of a team. So now you have a real star to go along with a bio and go ahead and this puts them right in the top 5 in the East. The Bucks were just trying to get rid of him. It kind of turned into like a football parable. Aaron Rodgers there in Green Bay. They'd had enough of him. He's kind of went diva on them. They're not the place for that. They got rid of Doc Rivers is gone. So they went ahead and they just got as much as they could for him. And it's good for the Heat. I think the Heat are right there. I think in the right up there, we go into next year, right up there with the Knicks and the Celtics in contention for that. So I think it's a good trade for both teams.
I just wanted to get your thoughts. I haven't really processed it yet. I mean, unfortunately, I'm not a big basketball fan, obviously, because I don't have a team. But I know you are, so that's why I asked.
Oh yeah, I think like the result in the NBA, I think is still the Knicks winning the NBA title. I think is still shocking to me how they were able to pull that off as well. And the Spurs, I think the Spurs they got nothing to be embarrassed, but the Spurs and the Thunder are going to be there for many years to come. Whatever, I think they're really good going forward. Felt good for Pat Riley. Pat Riley had been in Miami 31 years. I think of him still as a Lakers coach. He's been in Miami 31 years. So a whole generation doesn't know anything about the Showtime Lakers and all that other stuff he did with Magic Johnson and all that other stuff. He's had a whole success, world championships as a GM, as all that in Miami. That's a long time, man. So good for him. Turning into New Jerry West.
Mm-hmm. You figure that was 40 years ago, Showtime.
Damn,
That's a long
I
time.
believe that, but 40 years ago for Showtime.
That's crazy.
I think the other surprise in the NBA real quick is Dusty May taking the job in Dallas. That was out on a scale of 1 to 10. That was a 20. I'm shocked. So he just wins the national title. So he was just at Florida Atlantic 2 years ago, goes to Michigan, wins the Natty, and hits the door. And now, I mean, I don't think that must have cost him at least $20 million a year. Had to.
And you know who he drafted tonight with the 9th overall pick?
This
guy, Morez Johnson Jr.
Yeah, one of his guys. Another one of his guys.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Forward out of Michigan. And his center, Ade Mara, went to the Thunder.
I mean, that's a lot of money they spent. I was really fascinated by the fact that
I've got to leave for a minute. I will be out trying to be back.
Hey, you know what, Rav? Actually, now that we're saying this, 9, 11, and 12 were all Michigan guys. Ledeborg went to Golden State at 11, Mara at 12 to OKC. So three guys off that national championship team go in the top 12.
That's how you win a national championship. You get 3 guys in the top 12 go to Michigan. I mean, that's a lot of money that they had to pay him. That's because I wouldn't have wanted to leave if I'm him.
Yeah. The one that gets me, and I think he is so overrated, and it's not just because I can't stand Duke. Cam Boozer, to me, is the most overrated guy coming out.
I think Boozer's really good. I think Boozer should have been picked first. I don't like a lot of these other guys. Boozer, I think, is a complete player. I think, like, the trick is with NBA draft is guys good in college and a good all-around player. The easy thing to do is to take the athlete. And I think that's kind of the thing. Like, you look at Daryl Peterson, you know he's an NBA athlete. This guy jumps out of the gym. He's got other issues, but you know he's an NBA athlete. Like, whereas with Boozer, he's not as good of an athlete, so you're not as sure. Everybody in the draft, and I've saying this for 20 years, everybody's trying to draft Michael Jordan. I've said that all the time. A 6'6" guard, athlete, jump out of everybody's trying to draft Michael Jordan. Whatever. Nobody wants to take the established player, etc. I think Boozer is going to be good. I'd be surprised.
Well, and I'm with you. You know, they think they're going to get the next Jordan, but people fail to realize a couple of things. A, Jordan did not go number 1. You know, and B, Jordan wasn't really the greatest player in the NCAA when he came out. He was really good, but he wasn't necessarily the best player on that North Carolina team. James Worthy was freaking awesome. You know, you could argue Worthy was better than Jordan on that North Carolina team.
They had a lot of good players on that North Carolina team that went to the NBA. It wasn't just Worthy.
They really did. That team was loaded.
Sam Perkins, long arm Sam Perkins was a really good player.
Dallas Maverick
as well. So they don't kill the Blade. They don't kill the Rockets for doing it because you had Akeem Olajuwon. So Akeem Olajuwon wasn't Michael Jordan, but he had a great career. He's a Hall of Famer in his own.
Yeah, but who went in between them? That's
Sam
the
Bowie
catch.
was a nothing burger. I mean, he was hurt. He didn't
and he had the health.
Yeah.
He had health issues at Kentucky, and then you go and you take a chance with that guy with the number 2 overall pick, and it's like that was why I wasn't a big fan when Greg Oden went as high as he did, because he had those foot issues in that even in college, and then he goes to Portland and never really saw the light of day very much. You know, injuries in basketball, especially to your feet, you're not going to come back from those. You can't come back from them.
The thought in basketball too was at that time, all the way up really until the Jordan era, you had to have a center to win. You didn't win a championship unless you had a great center, which is really true of the teams in the 70s and 80s. Kareem, Parrish, before that, Bill Russell, etc. Teams really didn't win if they didn't have a center. The Bulls were really the first team without that great center to really win for years and years. So now nobody thinks about that anymore. Everybody's looking for the guard. But that was probably why they passed on Jordan, because of the center. But everybody's forgotten that because obviously Bowie wasn't any good. Anyway, I mean, he was a marginal player without the injuries, a decent enough player without.
I mean, Cartwright was decent, but Cartwright, Will Perdue, guys like that, those aren't earth-shattering centers, But yeah, I mean, Hakeem Olajuwon. I mean, you guys all know where I stand with Olajuwon. I say he's the greatest center of all time, not named Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. But that draft was just crazy that you had all that talent come through that draft, and then you had Sam Bowie right there at 2, and that's happened a couple times where you've had a really the Steph Curry draft. Hasheem Thabeet from Connecticut comes out number 2, goes to Memphis. That was when I was doing radio in Memphis. We were praying that we would have the GM on the radio station, Rav, guys, We had Chris Wallace on the radio station begging him not to take Hashim Thabit. With the second pick, the Memphis Grizzlies select Hashim Thabit. We had a draft party going. You talk about air coming out of a room.
Yeah. I didn't like Kingston Fleming's going to the Hawks.
By the way, didn't the Minnesota Timberwolves draft 2 guards and Steph Curry was not one of those guards?
No, you're right. They drafted Johnny Flynn.
Ricky Rubio was the other one.
And Ricky Rubio, yeah. I was trying to remember who the other one was, but Johnny Flynn.
Ricky Rubio's name is relevant.
Yeah.
I mean, it's not as
and everybody thought Johnny
Curry,
Flynn was going to be the best player. They thought Johnny Flynn was going to be the best player coming out of the draft. And he completely just did nothing.
I was going to finish my World Cup thought. If Senegal plays the same way as Ghana against England next, England's going to have a lot of trouble.
Well, England, of course, faces Panama next, so
Panama plays the same style as
yes.
Ghana.
Yes.
So I think England could be in a world of trouble.
I'll tell you this. I don't think England plays with Declan Rice and Elliot Anderson in midfield. I have friends who are from England and are in the UK, and they're pissed.
Rice was their best player today.
I have no... And you know what? Be honest with you, I don't think the referee was good. How he gave the foul for the Ghana player
twice.
When Pickford clearly clubbed into him, and then he didn't give a penalty when Hamza fouled the Ghanaian player in the box. It's like, but I don't know. Maybe.
Has England ever won the World Cup?
1966.
It seems like this is like a discussion with them every time. They're going to have this great team, and then they go down in flames. It seems like every year they're the bridesmaid here, where they're already they're going to like Texas football, or oh man, they're going to be and then okay, well it's.
Raph, here's what I would say: Spain drew with Cape Verde, Portugal drew with DR Congo. Do we think Cape Verde and DR Congo are going to win the World Cup? I think England's going to be fine, but maybe just to kick, every team's going to have a moment where it's like, what the heck happened? I mean,
I think they're going to have a lot of trouble, Dylan. I don't give England too much hope on this next game. They play the same defenses as Ghana.
Argentina freaking lost to Saudi Arabia at the last World Cup, and I'm making a bold prediction, Adam. England will score a minimum of 3 goals against Panama, maybe 4 on Saturday night.
Well, then supposedly the best football player in the world scored 2 times today against Uzbekistan.
Well, yeah. He didn't even play today. The best player in the world played yesterday.
Bingo.
I've got a question for you guys. We have seen crowds at every game. I mean, whether they're wearing orange, red, white, and blue, lion outfits, Brazilian. We've seen Shakira. What has been the best crowd at any?
Let me go
World
first.
Cup game? Go ahead.
Go. The Japanese fans, because they clean up after themselves.
In Dallas. England cleaned up after themselves, too.
Now, the Dutch get second best because they rode a fucking boat in Times Square.
A bus.
They all got together and sat down in the middle of that nasty fucking street and did like a paddle boat roll. That's dedication right there. And then I'll give it to the Scotlands. They were at a freaking baseball game singing "I'm Gonna Be 500 Miles." After the song went off the air. Was that at a Sox game or something? Was that in Boston?
They were in Boston. Yeah. They drank them out of beer.
Yeah.
My fellow Scotsmen drank all the beer, and then they fucking lost the game, mate.
And that made them drink more beer.
And now the spots on
Blue
Miami.
Bears. What?
By the way, Marcus, the Tartan Army. So the Tartan Army took over Boston and now took over Miami.
Actually, they ain't played yet. They play tomorrow at 5:00 against Brazil. I thought they already played.
No, the third group games start tomorrow.
But that's in Miami, not in Boston. Scotland's playing in Miami. So I don't know.
England played in Dallas, and then they played in Boston.
And now I think England plays at MetLife on Saturday afternoon.
Well, there was a game in Toronto. Whoever played, they had to move the Astros Blue Jays game to like 2:00 in the afternoon so they can have this game at 7. Was it Panama? Was it England? Was it no?
Croatia beat Panama 1-0.
So that's the game that was in Canada. I'm watching Colombia and Congo right now. Colombia would have been on the board, but they had offside, so they called the goal back, so it's no score.
How well are the TV ratings doing? You guys know?
Well, I know 5 teams advanced: Mexico, USA, Germany, Argentina, Norway, and France all advanced so far.
Oh, I feel bad for the France's coach. Or his mom died. So he had to leave to go to the funeral. So
the Champ's mother died, so thoughts and prayers with him and the Les Blues.
Oh, I'm hosting a watch along for USA Turkey Thursday night at 9:00 on my show. It's open for everyone.
I might be making an appearance.
While I'm watching that watch along, I'm gonna do my Astros talk. I'm gonna recap the NBA draft and talk about whatever else.
By the way,
and none of y'all have congratulated the Sooners last night for winning the College World Series.
Oh, that's bullshit. That just shows you baseball's very unpredictable. North Carolina blew it, and don't fuck with the SEC on the diamond. That's now 7 in a row for the SEC.
North Carolina blew 2 games in a row.
They didn't have enough pitching.
They had the best chance to win that whole tournament with everyone that was in that tournament, and they lost to a team that was ranked 11th in the freaking SEC.
True, but they screwed over North Carolina's pitcher today too.
Yeah, but Big
Ten, a couple of different spots. So,
but Big Ten's going to talk shit because they won 3 out of the 5 this year. They won college football, women's basketball, and men's basketball. When we won, the SEC won softball and baseball this year. So they've won 3 out of 5.
Wait,
realistically is number 4 and 5 out of the Big 5.
Wait, who won softball this year? It was
Texas. They went back to back.
Texas.
Oh yeah, against
Texas Tech.
Indiana won football, UCLA won girls basketball, and Michigan won boys basketball. That's 3 Big Ten teams. Mm-hmm. And then the SEC won baseball and softball.
And you know what? A Big Ten team's going to win a national championship again this year.
In what?
In college football.
It ain't Indiana, and it damn sure ain't going to be Ohio State.
You know what? Cue the Ducks. Quack, quack.
No, Oregon can't win. Oregon can barely win a fashion show.
Listen, Ohio State made the biggest mistake in the world by hiring Arthur Smith as their offensive coordinator.
True, but did you see that they're limiting the number of uniforms that teams can have?
If anybody wins college football this year, you better watch Miami.
Oh, you know what? I think it's going to be the Mario Cristobal. I think it'll be Oregon and Miami and Vegas.
Well, I tell you who's going to win.
Wait, Rich, how many uniforms are we limited to? Because this really affects my Oregon platform. 2. 4.
I thought it was 4.
No, sir. 2.
I thought you get a home, a road, and 2 alternates. Or throwback and an alternate. I thought you get 4.
They have a home and a road, and they have to get approval from the NCAA to do an alternate.
Or a throwback.
Right.
So that's 4.
But they have 2, and they can get approval for a third. That's it.
Well,
you can't do like Oregon and even Baylor. Hey, Baylor's as guilty as anybody. I think Baylor had a different uniform for every damn game last year.
Well, LSU ain't bringing the golds back no more. They're sticking with white and purple. But Houston, You got your red, your white. They got their their Oiler blue. They got to do once a year, and their blackout around Halloween. So they got approved for 4.
So, like, what's going to happen?
Not this year.
Well, they're
going to have to get rid of one of those.
Well, then they're going to get rid of the black. They're not going to get rid of that Houston blue. They're going to at least do that. They're going to choose the blue over the black.
Sounds like Penn State is one of the few that can't really fight. They wear white or blue.
They've only got 2 uniforms.
Right.
Alabama, for that matter.
TCU got purple, white, and black. So they'll have black uniform. They usually do a blackout. Boise State got blue, orange, black, and white.
I understand. That's why they're trying to cut down on the number of different uniforms each team is wearing.
NCAA can fuck up a wet dream. Like let them have their fun. Let them wear what they want to try and win a game or lose shit.
Well, I mean, it's similar to what the NFL does.
But
you have 2 uniforms. You have to get approval for a 3rd one.
You can thank Oregon for this shit, for this argument.
Right. If Oregon wouldn't have started wearing a different uniform every game all season long, we wouldn't have had this issue. But it just so happened that their biggest booster was Phil Knight, and Nike decided to go absolutely ape shit on Oregon uniforms. Well, and Baylor's a Nike school. That's why they've got Ukuza uniforms.
Well, I don't even call Phil Knight a booster for Nike. He's for Oregon. He's the owner. He's running the place. So he's not. You might as well say they have an owner. That's what it is. And they're trying to sell Nike stuff.
Another team that was going crazy with uniforms was Arizona State. They went Nike too, and they had like 4. Minnesota. Well, Minnesota only had 2, but they were going crazy over the helmets more than the uniforms. Another one.
Doesn't Tennessee go wear black uniforms once?
Yeah. They have an orange and a white and a black.
Yeah, they dropped that Smoky Mountain gray. That they didn't like those, so they went with that all black.
Oh no.
Where the hell's Papa J tonight? Come on in, man. Where you at? I like his little pirate mascot head. Now the Saints have 4 uniforms now. They got black, white, their color rush, and their shit gold that everybody hates.
Well, what's going to happen with my Jags? Because we have like a couple different teal uniforms.
I've seen 3 uniforms from y'all: teal, black, and white. That's it.
I didn't think anyone cared.
And the throwback teal.
Well, you got to at least one throwback night. That's like mandatory for the NFL these days. If you've been around long enough to have a throwback, like the Texans don't even have
throwback or color rush.
Texans don't even hold a candle for a throwback uniform. They've been having the same shit for 20 years.
They even like I think they've had the. I'm sorry.
But Texans got 4 uniforms. They got navy, white, screw blue, and battle red.
Don't the Ravens have a black uniform?
Yeah, they have black, purple, and white.
Yeah, Ravens have a black uniform. They usually wear all black. A lot of times they have a Sunday night game or something to wear black.
I think the Steelers should bring back those rugby uniforms.
Oh, hell no.
The Bumblebee.
Yeah.
The jailbreak? No.
He said the jailbreak. No. What's those? Wait, was that your
They look like.
Yeah, like that one. Like that one, yeah.
Ball.
Yeah. Okay, what's the black one with the solid yellow numbers? Was that Color Rush? That y'all wore with the yellow numbers?
Yeah, those are Color Rush.
Those are
I got the Rocky Blyer jersey, and yes, it's the Color Rush.
I'll guess what I ordered. Sorry, Dylan. Guess what I ordered me today? I ordered my Travis Etienne Chants Saints jersey today.
You know what? I've got one to raise all you guys.
Sunshine.
He's got Trevor Lawrence jersey. I'm calling teal.
I'm calling World Cup jersey.
I need to order me Lionel Messi. I need a Messi Argentina jersey, and I need a Ronaldo Portugal jersey.
I call him Megan Rapinoe.
Rappy? Oh, he got a Christian Pulisic jersey. Good. Wear it Thursday night.
Yeah.
Wear it Thursday night while I wear
If mine's here, I'll jump in.
Well, you should just pop in no matter what.
I'm thinking, you know what? I went
Hold
to a
on.
ball when the U.S. played Belgium 2014 World Cup, and I'm like, I'm not going to do it on Thursday night because it'd be way too late. Might do it for the first, second knockout game.
Say again, though.
I'm,
Wait, what are we talking about?
The man wants an Adam jersey, man. It's right over there in the corner. Driving to the Top Productions. There you go.
There you go.
What color should we be, boys? Black?
Black and gold.
Did anybody start Nate Eden tonight? Or Nate Eden? Because Spanky's having a night.
Who?
Nate Eden's having a night in Denver.
By the way, Dylan, completely off the record, off the beaten path
right.
here. Did you see
All
the message I put in the chat for baseball?
No, but okay. Thursday, I got one or two options. Should I
For
wear
fantasy baseball?
Oh, no, I haven't.
All right,
Okay.
so for the watch along,
When you get a
should I wear-
chance, check it out.
What?
should I wear
Do what now, Marcus?
for the watch along? Should I either wear my American Bullet Club shirt or get a little fancy and wear this?
I want to see a Budweiser hat made out of the cardboard box with that shirt.
I don't. What?
There's my answer. The Bullet Club, brother.
But
I can't see where it is, Rich. Huh.
This one I'm wearing for
In
the
the fantasy baseball chat, the
don't
fantasy
see-
baseball league chat.
American Bullet Club, right?
I don't see where the
No.
chat is. Oh,
If you go
Alright,
to,
you got it.
oh,
You
there
got
it is.
You got it.
Yeah, hit league and then hit league chat.
This is what I'm wearing
You might
for
have to
Freedom
scroll a
Fest
little bit.
this weekend when I DJ, and I'm gonna wear it again for the 4th of July next weekend.
Yeah, you gotta scroll up a little bit.
Last watch
Those of you
along,
watching, Mark is the only one here with more jobs than me. Like he's got more
Oh.
jobs in there. Yeah. Or maybe Rich is in there as well.
No, I'm nowhere close to Marcus, man.
Oh, yeah, I
he's in
see.
Central Texas. I'm in Southwest Louisiana.
Well, no number of jobs though. I mean, Marcus has got me in spades. There's no.
I only have 2 jobs. I DJ and I work for a furniture company.
Oh,
He's the radio host. Him.
Are you
yeah,
hosting
I
on
might have to
radio,
meet
Rich?
on that one.
I play
thought you
music.
were.
He talks on a show.
Are you
He's got
hosting
a
on
good
radio, Rich? Nowadays?
You know what?
Are you hosting on radio too, Rich?
Mm-hmm.
I thought you were
I
just
bet-
in sales or ad.
Well, sales and promotions, yes, but I also host.
Oh, okay.
He hosts as I play music.
And we're actually, check this out. We're actually trying to figure out a way to have me do high school football play-by-play remotely.
Oh, guess what I got offered to do? I got to do on an app because they didn't want to pay $4 a kid and they don't trust AI. I got on an app and announced the starting lineup with my iconic voice. Instead
Very
of
good.
getting AI to it. Oh, and I bought me a new iPad Pro
Very nice.
and a new watch too. So my bill's about to be skyrocket with AT&T.
There you go.
I'm
Well,
surprised you haven't seen more games not at site.
By the
believe it
way,
or not. I'm actually surprised that they haven't caught on to that one, that you don't have to, especially with the expense of it, that you haven't seen more of that. Honestly.
by the way,
Well, high school, it's not quite as simple to do it that way. but because you can't have just a you can't just have a fixed camera. You have to have, multiple cameras or a roving camera. Yeah, we do.
By the way, I'm gonna love talking.
We have an
baseball with
AT&T
this.
hotspot.
Yeah, I'm gonna love doing my Astros recap with this iPad.
The big issue we're running into is just being able for me to be able to see everything that's going on. It's more of a video issue than an audio issue. Me doing the games is not a problem. Me being able to see what's going on, that's where I'm gonna need a person or two in the booth or at field level to shoot the game so that I can see, make the correct calls. So yeah. But yeah, we've got the hotspot. We're good to go there.
Rich, I was gonna say, Rich, if you have good cameras.
I'm sorry, go ahead.
Say again, I'm sorry.
Rich, if you have good cameras, you could run it off StreamYard and watch the game. You could set one up from the 40 and down, the middle one from the 40 to the other 40, and then the other camera from the 40 to the end zone. What's up, Jeremy? And then
that's a possibility.
That's how I used to run. That's how I used to run it whenever I did football. Whenever I was doing football, I used to run 3 cameras, and I was able to put myself in the backstage and just run the 3 cameras on the screen. And it used to get really good reviews. You could log into the YouTube from your, obviously I would like it to be run on ours, but I mean, you could run it through the networks, through your radio stations.
Well, and I could do both. I mean, I could run it through, obviously I would run it through the station. But then I could always run it through here too. So that way folks could come on to here and watch the video as well. And we could just link this to our station's webpage so that it would go onto our webpage as well. Like I say, the video is the sticking point. Me calling a game, that's
right. I was just telling you how I did it when I ran,
and that's not a bad idea. That's really not.
Can we welcome Jeremy to the show real quick? Jeremy, how you doing, buddy?
What's up, man?
I'm doing great. I'm just fine. Just trying to kill time.
My sister was at the Detroit airport this morning.
My sister will be here at 1 a.m.
Right after I talked to you this morning, Jeremy, I called my sister, and she's like, I'm in the Detroit airport right now.
That's crazy.
So I was like, oh. Yeah, they were just getting back from Alaska, their Alaskan cruise.
Real quick, cool. Just because, if you guys don't mind, I would like it to be shared here for a minute. One of the mans that made me have the voice I have that belongs on radio along with my face.
Someone call that up. Thank you.
Rest in heaven, Rockin' Raj. That's his granddaughter Fee when she graduated 2 years ago, before his health took a turn for the worse.
When's all that going down, or is that now?
It just happened yesterday, so they haven't even set the funeral date yet.
That sucks. Sorry, buddy.
Yeah, I'm sorry about that too.
41 years of him being basically more than just a friend. He's basically family. That's 80% of my life.
You know what, Jeremy? Thoughts and prayers are with you. Wish you all the best. And you know what? My grandpa's been dealing with. Sorry, guys. My grandpa's been dealing with health issues.
So's my dad. Smoking dad. That's why he hasn't been in the chat for a month.
It never gets easier, no matter how old you get. It never. You would think I've lost so many people and everything like that. It never gets easier. And I can hear you when you say that, Jeremy. Sometimes the family that you're not born with is better to you than the family that you're actually born with. You know, that's just how it is.
To put it bluntly, 2026 can kiss my ever-loving ass. In February, I lost Uncle Dad Bob. Yesterday, I lost Rockin' Raj. And probably losing his partner, my father, soon. And I'll leave it at that. It's not going live into my channel, so I'm leaving it on your guys' channel for a reason.
That's fine. You bring it to your channel whenever you're ready.
When my dad tells me I can, which will be when he passes because he's stubborn.
It's like I told you this morning, Jeremy. This stuff is an escape. What we're doing right now is an escape.
Yeah.
It gives you a chance to get away from everything. But
And
ultimately,
that's why I'm not streaming this.
Is your family.
That's why I'm not streaming it to my channel. Even when I jumped in late, I used to. I couldn't tonight because I wanted to be able to talk freely about it. My dad has ignored medical advice for 10 years, has not treated his emphysema and COPD, and it came back to bite him in the ass. The chickens have come home to roost, Ricky Bobby. Isn't that what they said in Talladega Nights?
Yep.
Jeremy, I don't know if you'd be willing to ask, but like, how old is your father?
76 years young, 21 years older than me. My mom is 74. My stepdad is right in between them because he was born a year after my father and a year before my mom. So she has this thing about those guys slightly older than her, but that's okay.
How's your mom doing?
My mom's great, but she commiserated with me when I came home Father's Day to tell her the news. That was her first husband, her first love, the father of her first two children, myself and my sister Judy, who we're going to be leaving to pick her up shortly. And I told my dad that she was coming, and she goes, "You better tell her to stay up away from my home because I don't want her here."
Man, I wish there was something we could do. You know what? Maybe the Detroit Lions Super Bowl would help you.
If I thought he'd be alive to see it, it would.
I mean, you remember that playoff game when, like, the long-time Detroit Lions season ticket holder was there when the Lions got those playoff games?
Yeah.
Thank you, Boston Paul. Did somebody stream this to my channel?
No.
No, Paul's been with us the whole show.
Okay.
No.
Paul's been with us the whole show.
I think that was Megan.
Yeah,
What?
no, I saw Boston Paul and I saw Megan both. It just freaked me out for a second.
Paul's been with us the whole show. I don't know about Megan, but Paul's been with us the whole show.
I didn't. Who are you talking about?
Oh,
He did.
Why?
He wanted to go out for a second. That's what he said.
Oh, okay.
I think about listen to him talk like that. I think about how I'm here every week, and I think about my
Come back
dad,
in whenever you want, man.
I can't. That was I was in the middle of a sentence. Who pulled me out?
Sorry, that was me. I'm an idiot.
I want to say thank you to Papa J. Thank you to Boston Paul. Thank you to Megan. Boston is a part of our roundtable talks we do every week. Megan is a part of my NFL roundtable talks. And Papa J, I don't know who you are, but thank you. This community, like Papa J. This community has been amazing to me. I just surpassed 741 subscribers today. I gained 2, giving a moment of silence for Rockin' Raj. This week's hard on me. And I don't care. I'm a grown-ass man. I don't care if I cry on stage anymore. You know why? Because life's too short to bottle up your feelings. And real men cry.
I'm not good on stage. Off stage, that's a whole different story.
Jeremy, you've seen me do it when I talk about my dad, so I feel you, man.
You know what? When
Megan, smoking dad is dying. That's why he hasn't been in the chat. And I'm not handling it well. And I don't care. I had the girl I've been seeing off and on the last 2 years, which has been a tumultuous relationship anyways, actually tell me she didn't care why I didn't message her for 9 hours on Father's Day, that I was being a selfish prick and making it about me when I spent the day with my father and my brother who's home with from the Navy. So I lost 160 pounds of feminazi dead weight today.
Yes, dude, you know you got my number.
Laugh. I said it to be funny.
I don't mean
I said it on purpose.
I'm sorry.
Any woman that wants to be comforted a month ago because her mother has cancer that was put as inoperable stage 3 and was going through chemo, and within 3 weeks it reduces to stage 2, so now it's operable. She just has to get healthy enough to have surgery. Could sit there and say, oh yeah, my mom is dying too. She could kiss the snotty end of my you-know-what.
And you know what, as Toby Keith would say, you could put, you know what, maybe she needs a boot in her, you know what.
You could say it, Dylan. You could say ass.
Because it's the American way.
Okay, I'm going to say it as bluntly as I can. She can kiss the snotty end of my fuck stick.
There you go.
Because you know what? I'm done. I've come to the Yinzer mentality now that modern women are useless and I'm better off just buying a hooker. It'll cost me less in the long run.
That's a whole other subject.
Could cost you in another way too.
Hey, I don't care. I'll wear the galactic prophylactic. And if you watched old Eddie Murphy Saturday Night Live skits, you know exactly what I'm talking about. One layer of steel and one layer of galvanized rubber and another layer of rubber. That way it is guaranteed not to snap, break, bust, or rust.
There's a Tracy Smothers promo in there somewhere.
Women don't honor men like they used to. So I was just having a conversation about that, how like regular men don't get honored like this nowadays. Like a guy who just goes to work and just does what he's supposed to do.
Papa J, I hear you.
And then gets that.
Watch out for them AI ones. Watch out for them robots, Jeremy. They can be programmed to kill you.
You're at least respectful. We talk. I understand you.
I mean, after all, one of us, well, two of us have interviewed Megan.
Yes. I saw she was on your show. She was on my show every week. And if she gets mad at what I just said,
I don't think she did.
And by the way, Megan, I'm sorry. Did you stay up to or get up to watch the USA Australia game in Seattle last week?
Oh, that was amazing. Tell me again how that ended, Dylan. 2-0. 2-0. 2-0 with the great red, white, and blue winning.
Take me home,
country road.
She says I didn't go to bed.
So
to the place I belong, West Virginia, Mountain Mama. Take me home, my country roads. I love that song. Right. It's one of the first songs I learned how to play on the guitar.
I've only heard that song 822 times at Everglade games down here. But
I just hope it don't get outplayed like Gloria did whenever the Blues went to the playoffs.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, and that one fan was always there.
It's what, Uruguay versus Australia next in these rounds?
I believe it should be Australia against Paraguay.
Oh, Paraguay, excuse me.
Yeah,
I knew it
US
was one of those.
Australia,
I knew it was one.
Paraguay.
Oh, I knew it was one of those teams that had the same color shirts as you, Dylan.
Same time as USA Turkey.
Well, yeah, the third group stage games always concurred because that way there's not any time issues. I remember back in 1982.
That's not for time issues. That's for setting up to see what team needs to win and lose.
Well, not just
Megan
time
got the
issues,
joke.
but fairness. Because
Dylan overlooked that joke. I said I knew it was one of the countries that had the same color shirts you do as a uniform.
I'm not sure how you beat Turkey, Megan, but you did,
No,
and
they beat
Dude,
Turkey,
Turkey
and
sucks.
then they got
I mean, Turkey haven't scored a goal.
Turkey's
It all
only good
sucks.
properly roasted or deep fried on Thanksgiving.
Hell, how are they supposed to win soccer games when they can't spell the name of the country?
Right.
Yeah, and they gotta have a special U.
Turkiye. What the hell was that?
And the U got 2 dots on the top,
Yeah.
so it's like
Umlaut.
Turkey.
Yeah, it's an umlaut.
So fucking weird.
And I think the E got a line over the top too.
It might.
Turkey eye.
Turkey eye.
Turkey.
So, Jeremy, how much of the World Cup have you been watching?
Very little.
Don't
I
let-
just get the score updates. You know why? Because I don't even have a TV service right now, and I don't care.
Okay.
I've been watching it every fucking day. Like, I don't know how. Yesterday was the first time probably in 2 weeks I watched an Astros baseball game, and of course they fucking lost.
Oh,
So,
they
like,
won
I
a
guess
thriller
we-
today, though, Marcus.
Yeah, because I
Against
didn't
who?
watch
Your
it.
Guardians?
No, against the Blue Jays.
Oh.
9-7 in 11 innings.
This is the first time in 7 years the Blue Jays hit back to back to back.
And they probably
It
did it
looks
with
like
the
we
roof
lost.
open.
It looks like
4-3
we lost
to
a
the
close one
Yankees.
with the Yankees.
But here's one thing. Here's the only bad part about watching FIFA. If you watch it on Peacock, it's going to be in Spanish. But when there's 2 games on at once, I got it in English on the TV. And when I got this Pro, I was watching another game on Peacock on mute on this Pro.
You want
Don't
to talk
you
about
speak
another
Spanish?
wasted fucking pitching adventure? Fucking Parker Messick, 10 strikeouts today, 7 2/3 innings, and still fucking loses to the fucking White Sox.
Well, Jose Ramirez is out.
They have 3 other
Yeah.
players are out.
We
Chase
just
is
left.
out, and fucking and Martinez. They're all out. There's 4 rookies on this fucking lineup. Sorry, Jeremy.
We left Casey Mize, who returned from injury in his last start, just a little too long. Last time he was out there 4 innings and did okay. We left him coming in for the 6th inning, and he gave up the 3 runs for them to take the lead.
Yeah. By the way, did you see what happened to Edward Cabrera tonight? Oh, I think that hamstring went kaput.
I didn't see it.
It looked like the hamstring not just popped, but completely tore.
If it's tore, he's not playing anymore this season. I know that.
Yeah.
No question. No question there.
So
By the way,
what team
looks
does he
like-
play for?
the Cubs.
Cubs.
Oh,
Looks like the A's just took a hit too. Zach Geloff was hit in the right hand. Sorry, stepped on, excuse me, while he was sliding into second base and had to be taken out of the game.
In San Francisco?
Mm-hmm.
The A's, the only reason they're not better, I think I've said this several times, is their crappy situation they've been put in. Like, they're in this minor league stadium. They're not even calling the name of the team of the city. All they've done in the last couple of years is draft good young players, finally get them to the majors, and you got them in this nonsense. That's
By the
just
way,
not
did you
fair.
see? By the way, Marcus, did you see? Excuse me, not Marcus. Charles, did you see when the A's played in Vegas a couple of weeks ago? Those look like little league home runs.
I mean, I don't know why the league's even allowing this kind of crap. I really don't. They really want a team in Vegas to allow
Yeah,
this
great.
fool. And I mean, they just
Mize just went back on the IR tonight because the reason he was pulled is he hurt his hand.
I saw what game was
Well,
the
I know-
Angels where they went in 13 innings and had a hell of a night in Vegas.
Yeah. If Mark Kotze isn't considered for every conceivable job after this, because if he can take this Oakland team and having them anywhere close to 500, which he has done, anywhere close to contending for a wild card spot, that man deserves a ton better job than what he's got. So
I'll
if
take
the
him over
A's
Scott
ever
Harris
decide
right
to
now.
let him go,
I'll take him over
You
Scott
what?
Harris right now.
there's a bunch of teams that I'm sure would take him. San Francisco would take him.
I think Boston would take him in a heartbeat.
here's
Boston
the
probably
quiet
would.
part. Here's the quiet part with that team. They have some good players. They're not
They
just
got
this
some great
old,
players.
like they have some really good. So they could be
And
winning
Rooker's on the IL.
if they didn't have some old. If they didn't have this ridiculous stadium situation and all that going on, I think that's just what's killing them. Yeah, I mean, you're not. Anyway,
In
that's
all
a whole
actuality, I think them being at that neutral stadium is helping them this year because they don't have to deal with the crap in Oakland.
Mhm.
Because
Here's
nobody
my-
was.
Look at
They're filling that stadium halfway in Sacramento, and they couldn't get anybody to go to Oakland last year. And I think having a crowd there.
Jeremy, are both those stats wrong? Because from my understanding, they are filling that up every night. The A's are home almost, and then whenever the AAA team is there, it's not being filled up. So I don't know if those stats are mixed up.
The A's are having a better draw at the Sacramento Stadium than they ever had in the Oakland Stadium. That's what I'm saying. It's true.
It's not.
They
Well,
only-
it was true
last
at the
year-
end.
No, last year, from start to finish, they only sold 10% of their seats. And most
Because
of that was to away teams. This
Because they
year,
knew they were
they're
moving.
selling out this stadium. And that's if you talk about 10% of a 40,000 seat stadium.
Can I? From what I'm reading, the A's are drawing 10,300 fans at home. Last year that the A's won the Coliseum, they drew 11,000 fans, 11,300 fans a game.
Come on, guys.
No, sir.
Not a game.
No. They didn't draw the last couple years because they were leaving. Everybody knew they were leaving. Why would you go to the games and spend?
It wasn't made official until last season.
But everybody knew it.
Okay,
Come
The
on.
here's
reason
the
they
thing
were
to look
leaving.
at.
The reason they were leaving is because Oakland refused to redo the stadium 3 years ago.
Yeah.
Right.
Or build a new,
This
or build a
year,
new stadium.
and this is from MLB. Okay, average attendance 2026, 10,339. For 2025, it was 9,400. 2024, it was 11,500. And 2023, it was 10,200. So it's not like they were drawing 25, 30,000 in Oakland 2 or 3 years ago.
Right.
They weren't drawing flies then. So even before the information came out that they were moving, they're still drawing as good or better in Sacramento right now than they have in Oakland the last 3 years.
Here's my problem. Here's my problem with that. Then move to Las Vegas. What the hell are you doing in Sacramento? If you don't want to be in
Stadium's
Oakland,
not ready yet.
Because they did
Then
the
what are you
stadium's
doing,
not ready, and they didn't want to play at Oakland again because it's not a draw. Even away teams fans wouldn't go there. Oakland's a bad
Oakland
city.
is a bad city.
Crime rate and everything.
And taxes.
that's a whole different
Well,
subject.
That's
That's
the whole
garbage in
state.
general.
That's the
You've
whole
been-
state, not just one
that
city.
stadium used to fill up all the time back in the day when they had a good team.
5, 6
when they
years
had-
ago.
when
5,
they had-
6 years ago.
You mean 45 years ago?
No.
Even Billy Bean's A's drew better than what we're seeing the last few years when Billy Bean was running.
That's
So just stop. So I mean, but the whole thing is, I don't know why the league is allowing them to play in a minor league stadium that's not their stadium. If they're not ready, then play in the minor league stadium in Vegas. What are we doing?
They don't have one.
How's that?
Yeah, they do. They
how
just
you
got blown
allowing
out.
that?
Yeah, they do.
They got blown out
Las
every
Vegas
day
Aces.
in Vegas.
Oh,
They got
Las
blown
Vegas
out every
Aces.
day in the Vegas Stadium.
Let me.
Probably-
I
probably
got
Go ahead.
because they wouldn't move their home games to accommodate the A's home games.
Oh, that's a possibility.
How about this? From 2021 to 2024, the A's were 15, 15, 15, 15 in AL attendance per season.
Which dead last if it's AL only.
They were dead last in the majors.
Yeah, they've been that way a long time.
Right, but he said AL. That's why I said
And
that.
the team was terrible. But that's any team in the league. I mean, except for, I mean, name me a team where you have good attendance and you're horrible year over year, like the A's were. Like Chicago,
Detroit Tigers, who managed to always end up in the top 15, the top 10.
Chicago has friends and relatives there at those games. I mean, the White Sox. I mean, there's nobody. I mean, you can't say Chicago can't support a team, even though they have two teams. I mean, the Angels, there's nobody going right now. They're terrible. I just don't like. I'm sorry. I can't. I don't. I just think that whole situation is the city blew it in Oakland. I agree with you on that. The city should have done something with the stadium. That's the old stadium, and they should have got them a new stadium. If you weren't going to do that, just move to Vegas already. If you're going to move, all this in Sacramento stuff that's not good for the league. It's not good for the players. It's not good. Period. Why do I care if I'm in Sacramento? Why would I buy a ticket?
They couldn't build the major league stadium till the contract was set. The contract got set in this past offseason, which means the stadium's being built this year. And the contract was up in Oakland. So they needed a stadium to play in.
Right.
And Sacramento was willing to work around the schedule.
Sacramento also got a brand new clubhouse built for them. Sacramento got a lot of upgrades because of this major league team coming there.
Right.
Okay, but even when Oakland was good, Rav, I'm looking at 2021. Okay, they finish second in the division. They win 86 games. Okay, you know what their average attendance was per game?
Bad.
10,900. Oh, even worse.
8,600. As a playoff contending team, 86 and 76, third in the AL West, and they drew 8,659 people a game.
Now,
So, go ahead. No, go ahead, Dylan.
I'll say this: some of those numbers might be a little deflated because the start of the 2021 year, stadium still used socially distanced seats, but that still shows that the A's will pull the attendant and supported. But
if they had built a
I hate
new
to do this,
stadium
but I
in
gotta
Oakland,
Yeah.
yeah,
I'm about to.
they built a new
I
stadium.
need to have a
Oakland with the team
cigarette
they have
before I
now,
got to
they
ride
would
with my
have-
mom.
Are we
for an hour
gonna-
and a half.
are we going to abandon ship, guys?
Yeah, I need
Yeah,
a
we get
fucking
it.
shower.
I am.
All right.
It's
So
2:00.
for Rich, Jeremy, Marcus, Adam, Charles, this is Dylan signing off for Open Sports Mike. Tune in to see Rich and Adam tomorrow night, 9:00, Steel City Sports Talk, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then Marcus and maybe yours truly will have the USA Turkey watch.
Oh no, it's happening. It's just who else is coming besides me and you. I already have the link made.
And then also tomorrow night on my channel, you have the NFL Roundtable Talks where you will see the lovely Megan Aussie 12 Go Cogger as one of my guests as we go over the AFC and NFC West previews for this upcoming season.
And Saturday morning, me and Rich are back to do not one, not two, not three, 4 wrestling predictions this Saturday. Night of Champions, the Great American Bash, Slammiversary, and Forbidden Door.
So we're not getting a famous wrestler this week.
So
covered?
wait,
It'll be 2
they're
weeks.
you're doing the Slammiversary into the what door? The Forbidden Door?
Forbidden Door.
I'm gonna slam her versary in the Forbidden Door.
There we go. I that's where I was. That's what I heard.
On a
and I was
Night of
like,
Champions, I'm gonna give her a Great American Bash by Slammiversary in her Forbidden Door.
Which is the day of
And it's gonna be a
at
Night
1
of
o'clock.
Champions because Rich and I are doing it together.
And on that note,
come on, ride that train. Have a good night, everybody.
Name it.
Night,
it,
guys.
Thomas.
Our new tag team name is Naughty by Nature.